Hello. Hello.
All the little felines. I was just telling Becca and Johnie, we didn't have any kittens or cats in the episode last Sunday, so I made sure they're all here.
Sorry, I'm sending you guys a text real quick.
That might have been me.
Okay, so hope everybody's doing well. Oh, there's the kids. Wait, is that chaos or that's not pandemonium, is it?
No, that's mayhem.
Mayhem. Okay.
Pandemonium and chaos are on the floor.
Really?
Yeah. Lucy won't get on the table if pandemonium's up here.
But Johnny he's the one that loves her so much, though.
Chaos loves her and little Roro.
Oh, goodness. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm downstairs because I want to be cold, so I'm sitting here with my blanket and my sweater and watching the rain outside because it's raining. Not like bird spit, it's like actual rain. So that's nice. So any special announcement, you guys?
Not really. I got the dental work Wednesday, send angels.
Gotta love dental work.
Oh my God.
Trillium Tarot says it looks like Johnie has his petty glasses on tonight.
They go great with the shirt.
It matches his jacket.
Those look great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my braids. I'm channeling my inner Wednesday Addams here. So. That and mostly because I was too lazy to fix my hair. And if I don't fix it, it turns into a big old rat's nest because of the curls and the waves. So I just braided it and haven't taken it out. So hope everybody's doing well. And Johnny's ready for the runway. So, yep. So
I have appointments available in February. So if you want to book an appointment or reading with me, go to jinlintarot.com. Skewy, quit trying to lick my lips. He's a mouth kisser.
Aww.
Or if you want to buy a gift card for somebody, you can do that also on the website.
Anything from you, Mr. Johnie?
Okay.
If you didn't see Johnny's video today on Biden, the 30-minute one, I was like all excited. It's like, oh, good, it's not like a 4-minute video; it's a longer one. Because I was washing dishes, I wanted something to listen to while I was washing dishes.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of tableaus on Johnny's channel recently too. So if you have not, go check those out because they're really cool.
I was trying to be different.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to do another GT, man. It's like that's just
takes a lot.
It's too much freaking brain power. Wait, how many cards are you using on yours, Johnie?
22.
22. Yeah.
Everybody in California, hope you're safe. If you're in the floody areas, I've been a little down the last couple of days. I was a big Jeff Beck fan, and he passed away this week. He was 78. Got bacterial meningitis. Guitarist. In my opinion, I would put him in the top 3 guitarists ever.
That sucks.
Any other Jeff Beck fans in the?
I heard Lisa Marie Presley passed away too. Young, 50-something years old, right?
54, cardiac arrest.
Young.
So rest in peace.
Yeah.
Say with celebrities, it comes in threes, they say.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to always have a bunch that pass away in January. Like when you get into the new year, past the holidays. Yeah, I remember the year, David Bowie died and then somebody else died, like several in January.
I remember when Betty White passed away, and I was rooting for her, man. She was only 1 year away from hitting 100. Not even a whole year. I think it was only a few months, because I know she's a Capricorn. So it was either December or January, but she passed before that. And
I think she passed like New Year's Eve or something. It was like right up to, or the day before New Year's Eve.
It was in December sometime.
Mm-hmm, but it was before the Capricorn season, because I know she's a Capricorn. She didn't make it to 100 though. But she was
died, and like Sidney Poitier died around that same time, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like bam, bam, bam at the first of the year, it seems.
This sucks.
Well, not death talk, it's something else.
I know. I mean, seriously. So
death and dentists and taxes. We got this
taxes. Taxes are coming up in a couple of months, 4 months exactly.
Yeah.
Everything happens in threes.
So I know you guys had questions that I'm not going to touch. I'm not going to go there.
Hey, did anybody win Powerball or Mega Millions?
Yeah, they did. Somebody won the $1 billion something, I think.
$1 billion.
Wasn't me.
Well, it wasn't me either, because I don't play.
I bought a ticket. I won nothing.
What state did the person live in that won?
In Maine.
Oh, man. I was going to say I bought a ticket, but I hadn't checked it.
If
you ever hear somebody in Illinois won, text me.
Yeah.
Because when it gets big, when it gets over 400 million, I start buying tickets.
It's just like you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning, man. And this one person won. It's like,
if I win, don't text me.
Like now, huh?
So if I win, don't text me. I'll text you.
I couldn't even imagine, like, because you would think with that sort of money comes a bunch of problems too. You like a lot of people think that it would be like, you don't have to worry, everything's taken care of, but it comes with a bunch of problems.
And every cousin and long lost friend
and then the accountants and the lawyers trying to rip you off and rob from you. It's like, I wouldn't want that headache. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys dive into the thing that I'm not gonna touch, but y'all go ahead. I'll just sit here and watch.
The Biden documents. And Johnny, I know you read on this today, and we're trying to
we can read all over again. We can start from the beginning.
Yeah, yes, it can be construed as a little bit conspiracy theory, but who would have thought that our president 2 years ago would have led an insurrection? So I want to look at, because something just doesn't sit right with me, that all of a sudden, now that we've got Jeff Smith in there, and the peanut butter boys are on trial right now and blaming Trump for everything, and you got all this chaos going on. All of a sudden they start finding top secret documents. Well, I'm sitting there thinking, well, is this a problem? Like, they have a meeting in the White House with the president and the VP and the top secret documents, and then they're supposed to take them back, right? Is this a problem like with every president? Like, I mean, can you imagine if you walk out of there with it, whether you're VP or president, and it's sitting on your desk, you've got cleaning crews and other people coming through the White House and stuff. It just doesn't sit right with me, because they're supposed to take them and do something with them. So I don't know. To me, it just seems funny. So I want to know, were the documents planted? I'm going to ground myself really well. I find it suspicious, but I'm going to ground really well. Were they planted? Because we know that Secret Service was infiltrated by Trump people and stuff. There's other people around that And we have a special counsel named to investigate this with Biden. Well, this is interesting because I thought if I get the 7 of Pentacles, to me, that's like planting a seed, right? Waiting on the harvest, planting a seed. I thought that to me, that would mean planted. So I was in my mind saying, okay, I'm grounding, but if they were planted, show me the 7 of Pentacles covered by the devil. Possibly, treachery, maybe under cover of night, to bring this all crashing down. I get it's premeditated. And completion. I do get there may be a whistleblower on an investigation, which was going to be my next question.
Yep. King of Cups fell out first. That's Biden. There's the Lover's card. So there's your yes. The Hangman, just like from the read I did whatever yesterday or whatever it was, it kept falling out. And I did another read like 20, 30 minutes ago. And I got the Hangman again. And so, yes, I'm going to say they're planted. Mind you, again, hashtag grain of salt. And there are some conspiracy theories that I am likely to believe, like Jeffrey Epstein's not dead. Okay, I can kind of believe that. Because we seen him rushed out of the thing, but we didn't see him flatline, right? So, okay, that's fine. But Joe Biden, the hated one by the Republicans when he first took office, because these documents are Obama era. And you're telling me he had those in his garage, in his office that whole time.
And nobody knew he had them because they knew Trump had them.
Now, let's say, okay, nobody knew because whatever case. The moment y'all took power, 1 week later, you find documents in his office, in his garage, not in his office desk, in his house, or in his attic, in his garage. And not only that, he's cooperating, saying, hey, go ahead, search what you need to search, look where you need to look, find whatever, special counsel and all this type of stuff. The one thing y'all are accusing Donald Trump of that he's getting the most flack for, you also accuse Biden of too, all of a sudden. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Trump obstructed, lied, signed things saying you have them all, didn't want them coming and searching and stuff. So he was obstructing all the way. So my question is, Robert Hurd, Bob Hurd, whatever his name is, the special counsel for Biden, will he find anything? Will this come to light? Or what will he find in regards to Biden? And they better be working with CIA and FBI and Pentagon and everybody on top secret documents. Cards flying out on you, Johnny.
I said yesterday, if I get the Page of Pentacles, there's our document card. So there you go.
Is that a new deck, Johnny?
No.
Never seen it before. It's pretty.
I mean, I get that question a lot, and I just have to remind people there's 280 of them. So
I was going to say 300. I guess you haven't made it to 300 yet.
There's one on the way. It just hadn't got here. That's my fault. I gave him the wrong address. What will he find? I did buy a Lenormand deck, though.
Oh my gosh. If you decide to throw them out, don't you dare send them to me.
No, they're the learner ones. And
you had those.
I got different ones this time.
I was going to say you had them. Did you throw them out?
Ones. I got some different ones this time. Because I went to a metaphysical store and all of the tarot decks they had, I have them already. And I'm like, well, I got to buy something. It's just sacrilegious not to. And I don't want another loose stone around the house, Lord. So.
Do you still have the balls I gave you?
Mm-hmm. They're in the window, actually.
So you can play with your balls?
Mm-hmm. Where are they going to find?
Hey guys, I have to step out for a minute to answer a call. Can you?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll cover you for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Well, here I go with my Republican card and temperance, and like somebody's going to talk. There was an action taken to plant these. I'm getting it. Justice will be done. I think, for me, the Page of Pentacles would be a document also, and like a King of Pentacles, like somebody that had access to the documents. I get America will see it. We'll see the truth. There will be clarity on this with the Queen of Swords. There will be clarity. It's going to give birth to some new fights and arguments. So politics, somebody's going to end up getting investigated over this, over the documents. What you getting, Johnny?
So yeah, same thing. I don't. My mind can't grasp the concept of him finding a spy, if you will, or someone who conspired against Joe Biden. Like in my head, I'm just thinking he didn't go full blown Columbo Matlock, and he's going to find that person. But at the same time,
an inside person.
Yes, that just seems like something he would not uncover.
I mean, if you back up and you think about when Biden was elected, before he was sworn in, he made him give him his original Secret Service prior to being sworn in, because he knew there were Trump loyalists in the Secret Service.
Because my first two cards are the Chariot and the Page of Pentacles. And the Chariot is working together to try to accomplish some goal here. Page of Pentacles would be the documents themselves. King of Cups. The
Chariot can also be very slow, like it might be dragging out a little bit.
Because it's hard, because you have to get everything to cooperate first. And there's the King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So an action is taken. There's an action around the president or some sort of creative venture with the Ace of Wands, especially when you have the Chariot. There may be something that was created or someone doing an action around him, because the Chariot would suggest more than one. So if it was like the Hermit, you could say he did it himself. Even the Hierophant, to where he may have just directed people, but he was in charge. The Chariot would suggest to me there's outside groups coming in to do this one in particular thing. The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, planted. Nine of Pentacles, security. I keep getting the Nine of Pentacles too. There's something that was supposed to be safe and secure, and it was not.
Or it was security like Secret Service, because they go to his house to protect his house and family.
Mm-hmm. And I get the Ten of Pentacles in the word of warning. There is something either big business or Republican about this as well. And then it ends in the Lover's card. So someone that was supposed to be on his side. Again, I know I'm trying not to sound so conspiratorial, but
I'm grounding.
I can't do it.
Feet on the floor.
You cannot convince me. I'm not buying it with 50% off and 2 coupons. I'm not buying that he had documents and was moving them all around the country just so he could keep them. Like, I'm not buying that. And then Republicans get into power, and all of a sudden it shows up in his house and in his office.
Like, why not 2 years ago when he was sworn in? Why now? The timing is like uncanny. So, Trump was truthing, I'll call it, his on his Truth Social about that Biden had documents all the way back in December, maybe even November. So did Trump know? Did he know? Was he in on the plan?
Sorry.
Or was he just running his mouth because he wanted to point the finger at everybody else? Did he know anything?
Mm-mm.
I get a big fat yes. In on the details. Look, let's go look over here. Oh, what have we got? Documents.
I got the High Priestess and the Star. And so that's a yes. Queen of Wands, Knight of Cups. I don't know if this is what, I don't think this is his plan. I think he may have, well, somebody did it and told him about it. But
Yeah.
it ends in the Fool. So he's not ignorant to what's going on. I don't think it was his plan, though, because I get word of warning is still Biden and the Hangman. So they're still doing him in or trying to. But I don't think he came up with it himself. Two of Cups would suggest a partnership of some sort.
Can we ask who, if, take it with a grain of salt, guys, if they were planted, who did it?
I didn't ask that one.
I'm grounding down.
Who did it?
I think it's somebody in Secret Service. I'm going to just put that out there. I think it was somebody that was put over protecting Jill Biden from Secret Service to protect her. Did this like in the dark of night. There's someone else higher up that had the inspiration, had the idea, and planned this. But I think it was somebody in Jill's Secret Service. Sorry, Becca. I know you think it's conspiratorial. Bear with us.
I don't know. It's still meant to brand him as incompetent and a traitor, though. This card used to be called the Traitor when it was originally formed, the Hangman, back in the day. The Magician, someone skilled, power, and talent, someone who was also trusted. The Ten of Swords in the environment and the Tower. So this was meant, this was on purpose. The Tower, as I explained in the video, is avoidable. You don't have to build the tower to sneak into heaven to find out what God knows. It's not necessary. There's something in this, again, under the cover of night, that was done deliberately. By who? I don't know. There's a network, possibly, 10 of Pentacles. This is not a one-person thing or two-person thing. One person could have done it, but this is a collaborative effort. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them sit in Congress right now, but
there's still people in Secret Service that, when they testified to January 6th committee, lied under oath, that are still in Secret Service.
I don't know. I didn't get a person card. I just got descriptions of what they did. So I don't know.
Okay, any more questions on this? I want to ask, was anyone aware documents were missing? Because those things have like tracking numbers and stuff on them and everything. I would imagine there's some sort of log. Wouldn't you think, Becca, like to log in top secret documents?
One of the Jan 6 people said yes, there is. Because they had, I guess, the option or the obligation to read classified documents throughout their investigation. And the person comes in, they sign what the document is, they sign their name, the person look at it, signs their name, they put the paper, you don't touch it, they put the paper on the table, and they stand right here while you read it, and when you're done, they pick it up, log it back in, you sign your name, that it's now leaving the room, and it leaves the room. Like they treat it like it's nitroglycerin.
Except in Trump's White House. Or he probably wadded some up and chewed them or took them and threw them in the toilet.
Are they aware? Yes, I'm going to say yes, because Queen of Swords would be logic and procedure. Like things need to be done in a certain order, for she is experienced in such matters. The Page of Swords and the Judgment. Page of Swords, again, is lies, gossip, a spy, a person in intelligence or an intelligent person. And so I'm going to say yes, Ace of Cups or Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Somebody did know they were missing, but not everyone who needed to know.
I'm going to say somebody knew they were missing because I got 3 aces here, like almost like breaking in and sort of like denying it. But the documents here, I get a yes, I get a yes, I get a yes. Somebody knew.
So, will it work? Will their plan work? Whoever put this in motion, will it work? Will they be able to brand him and then impeach and all that good mess that they're trying to do?
Well, that would be fun.
Will it actually work? Because they also, well, I would think, mind you, I guess they don't really have to. I would think you would mind the way you talk about this too, since your guy is being accused of the exact same thing.
Right. So
Come
if you impeach
on
Biden
now.
for it, you know what's going to happen in court with Trump for it.
Actually, it's not even the exact same thing. It's, I mean, it's maybe in the ballpark, but not the exact same.
That's right.
Are you asking them to not be hypocrites, Johnny? You're asking for too much now.
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
George Santos probably did it.
Yeah, George Santos.
I'm going to get that printed on a t-shirt for entertainment purposes only.
I have a follow-up question because I'm petty. When
Okay.
you guys are done.
But then you're going to walk around the street with a shirt saying for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, and then someone's gonna try to throw you some money, Jen.
Good. I need to pay the dentist.
Entertainment purposes only. Strange for some change down in there.
Okay, I'll put YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Wait, what was the question?
Will this work? Whatever their plan is, will it work? This is so bonkers.
Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I like that cup.
Got it from the cake store.
What does it say?
Whoops, didn't see you there.
That's cute.
As a talking point, yes, that they can say from a higher authority, oh, look, we trapped him with these documents. He's corrupt too. Oh, we can take an action and victory on that. Yes, from that standpoint. But the legacy of Trump and the Republicans is going to get destroyed. There's going to be a whistleblower on this. Somebody's going to talk. Somebody knows something that's going to talk.
Will it work? Ultimately, no. I get the Page of Wands, Page of Swords. There's some talking and a liar. That person will be found out because you have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So there's more talking. Now, here's the thing, too. I think Donald Trump makes it look easy to just lie to people, and then it seems like it goes away. But if you lie to an investigator, they talk to the next person. That person's story does not corroborate with yours, so they come back and ask you further questions. That's how that usually works. Not just, oh, we talked to him already, let's go to the next. No, that's no. So it's like there's an initial conversation, Page of Wands, something that also may be written down. So this may be under oath at some point too. And the Page of Swords, there's your spy who's doing some talking. There may be an agreement for that conversation as well. So he may want, or she may want, a lighter sentence or some sort of slap on the wrist or something of that nature if it gets that far. The Ten of Swords, will the plan work? Ten of Swords, Six of Wands, no, whatever it is they're trying to do, it gets ruined by conversation. So someone does this in by talking. Word of warning, Five of Pentacles, out in the cold. Queen of Swords, the process plays out. So this is one of those things you should have brought up when you had a Republican president. And then you can say, oh, Biden has documents, or Biden walks his dog on the wrong side of the street or something. You could have done that then, but you can't do this now.
But, Trump always tells on himself. Will he brag about it?
I have a silly follow-up question.
What's that, Becca?
Just to be petty. Did Biden declassify the documents with his mind? That's what Trump did. That's what Trump did. I declassified them. I just spoke it. I used my mind. They're declassified, huh?
I just thought about it, and
I just thought about it, and poof, declassified. I just find it hilarious that all those people that were pointing the fingers at this is a Democratic setup and stuff are totally using the points that were used against Trump against Biden. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I didn't want to get involved in any of this shit, because it's like I don't even want to entertain it. I don't. So did Biden declassify documents using his mind? Because Trump said you could do it, so I'm sure the same defense applies to Biden.
I'm not getting an answer to that, but I am getting, again, there's going to be a light shown on someone in authority, like in security. That's my security card. Someone that had access to these documents is going to get trapped in this, and I'm getting like they're going to go after him. DOJ is going to go after him for planning the documents. Sort of truth and justice and judgment, and there is a network. There's at least 3 people that knew what was going on. At least there's a ring.
So maybe they classified it with their minds.
Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. There's burden, lack, and loss. Page of Cups, creativity. He's not creative enough.
Well, he doesn't have the force. He doesn't have the force, Johnny. He can't.
I didn't need to level up, sir.
He's not into fantasy enough. He's not delusional enough.
Not creative enough.
I can't. I can't. It's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Any more questions on that?
Yeah, before they found documents at Biden's office and home, we kept getting that one of the first charges that Trump would be looking at was for stealing the classified documents. That looked like the hottest thing. Is that still true? What will be the first indictment directly on Trump now? Did that shift it, change it, or is it still going to be on the documents? Yeah, Biden loves this Corvette. Trump only drives a golf cart. What will be the first indictment on Trump? I'm still getting obstruction, blocking, obstruction of justice, but I don't think it's going to be on the documents now. I think that's changed now, and I think it's going to be on the insurrection, trying to block the electoral college votes, trying to cling to power. But that's what DOJ will go after. What are you getting, Becca?
I got the clouds, the sun, the dog, the letter, and the scythe. Something that his supporters did that ended up in an impeachment. So there's the chaos, the confusion, the hesitancy. There's success here with people that are loyal, and there's the impeachment right there. So
yes, inspiring the insurrection.
Yeah, or giving energy to it, or something. What did you get, Johnny?
Moving something secure. Got 6 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. For confusion's sake, moving, secure, confusion. Possibly paper messages or something written down.
So I got a question. The person that's in the running for how many lies they can tell, who was also the first man on the moon, George Santos or Anthony DeVolder or whatever his name is.
Not the moon.
Yeah, he was on the moon. Johnny, did you hear that he lied about being on the being like the star player of the volleyball team at a university he didn't even attend? I mean, there is no shame.
James Harnage just texted me and said that he's also biracial now.
Oh, so he's a Catholic Jew.
Volleyball.
He's a Catholic Jewish
volleyball player. I was posting on Twitter. Here's George in his starring role as a volleyball, and I posted pictures of Wilson from Castaway with Tom Hanks. There's Wilson. So I'm calling him George Wilson Santos now.
I got some
Wilson DeVolder Santos. He's gonna have more names than Rudy Giuliani.
I have so many questions. Yeah, tarot your way, Black-ish, Jewish. Yeah.
He's now, I think, Black in.
But Johnny, he's a biracial man who's saying that he's Black and Jewish while throwing white power symbols on the floor of Congress. Mm-hmm. Make that make sense. Somebody make that make sense, because there's something wrong with him.
I have a follow-up question if we have a question about him too.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of questions. So do you want to start first before? You forget?
I want to know. This is just since all of the, not all of the, some of the Republicans are.
J-Lo saying he discovered the Americas.
They were called the Santos. Actually,
You're going to time out.
they were called the Santos. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
Will he start to fight back in a way? Will he start to lash out at some of the Republicans? Because he's not going to just give up and go away, because now he's starting to make money.
Yeah, he's saying he won't resign.
No, because he's starting to make money now. That was the whole thing.
And McCarthy's going to put him on committees. I was like, please put him on the education committee where he lied about what schools he went
Well,
to.
I have a whole bunch of questions on that guy, dude, because it's so.
He had a 3.9 GPA. It's like
3.9 GPA, my ass.
1.39 maybe, but
I'll go talk about my husband that way.
Oh my God.
Okay. He's my husband.
So George Santos, the first man on the moon, he built the Ark of Noah. He's biracial.
He was at Jesus's crucifixion.
He was the first Jesus. He was the real Jesus.
Let's go. I mean, Jesus did get crucified for heresy because he said he was the Son of God, and they was like, no, it's actually George Santos. So it can't be you. Let's get rid of this guy. Who's this Jesus person walking on water and stuff? It's got to be that guy.
The first man to climb Mount Everest.
Well, and somebody was saying his glasses look fake, like there's not even real prescription lenses in them, and every time you see a photo of them, they look too clear. Like, you know, when you have prescription lenses, you get a little reflection and
so he's one of those guys that wears glasses just to try to make himself look smart,
look intelligent.
Got him from the Rite Aid.
Honey, I know plenty of people that wear glasses that are dumber than a box of rocks. So I mean, just saying. I'm just saying. So will he fight back? Oh my gosh, I can't with this guy, dude. It's just we could go on him all day.
McCarthy's saying, well, when his constituents say, you know, to remove him, that's when, you know, they're the ones that decide. They voted for him. Well, they're all protesting, saying do a runoff election, you know, do another election.
And the Republican Party in New York held that press conference last week. Like,
yeah, they were all saying he lied. We want a new election. We've been hearing that their phones have not stopped ringing. There's all kinds of protesters out there. It's like,
and Kevin McCarthy's like,
want him gone.
And Kevin McCarthy's like, fuck you. I need him. I need him. That's going to cause a rift. So we're going to be here for a while with the son of God.
And I loved it when he was walking into his office and he slipped on the newspaper. It's like, I'm sure he was front page on it with all his lies. He went sliding on his own lies.
I can't with that guy. I can't. I need to watch Ona's video of the mental health spread that she did, because there's something wrong with him. I was also listening to the news and they were saying that his previous roommates had said that he stole a checkbook and there was checks missing that they couldn't find. He stole a Burberry scarf from them and then he wore it to a MAGA rally later on. Like, not only is he a liar, he's a freaking thief too.
He's just enjoying his celebrity while he's got it, partying, having a good time. He's trying to hide out from investigators that want details on, you know, what all he's done here. He's probably lawyered up, but you know, he's like Trump. He's going to bully his way around. He's already doing that. There will be a change for him where he's going to have to eventually go as the liar, right? Because there's going to be more illumination on more things over time that put him in defense mode even more. So, you know, like he's already got like investigations federally and in New York State over his campaign finance and everything. He's going down. It's just a matter of time.
When do you get Johnny?
Will he fight back only if you threaten his money and his
That's what I
security
get too.
for the money? But other than that, because here's the thing, he doesn't have to fight back. Just don't threaten the money. You can say what you want to say, but you can't push me out of office.
That's what I get when he has financial trouble. When his finances come under threat, that's when he'll fight back.
9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Threaten the money. Personal money. Campaign money. Mind you, they said his donors include a person who was smuggling migrants. And 2 other people I forget.
We remember the guy that was smuggling migrants on a yacht, and then they found the money in the walls, kind of like they did at John Olstein's church. The money was in like $200,000 worth of cash was in the walls. But that guy, he was Italian and he was kicked out, but he's been hanging out at the family restaurant in New York. So it's just a mess. So here's my next question. Since the guy has lied about everything, where we don't know if his name is George Santos or Anthony Santos or Anthony DeVolder, who knows what his name is?
Probably George Trump. He's probably Trump's
a sanctioned Russian oligarch. That's another one. A Trump donor, a sanctioned Russian oligarch, and a migrant smuggler. Those are his top donors right now.
So for those of you in the chat, Johnny just told you those are the 3 main donors. And then his friend, the one that he started, the DeVolder company or whatever, that got all that money, both of them worked at a previous company that got shut down for running a Ponzi scheme. I forget the name of the company, but the FEC or somebody shut them down.
They're investigating for a Ponzi scheme.
But they got shut down because it was a Ponzi scheme. But the guy that worked there with the son of Jesus, or Jesus himself, Santa Claus, they both started that DeVolder, and that's where the $750,000 came in, or whatever it was. So who knows?
Jorge Jesus.
McCarthy is now saying he's going to put him on committees. I am willing to put my head on the freaking guillotine. I work for the DOD. I know what it's like. This son of a bitch couldn't pass a fucking background check to save his life. Like, and especially once they start looking into his finances, he's fucked.
But remember, like Kushner and Ivanka couldn't either. Of course, Trump got him.
Trump got it to him. I don't think Kevin McCarthy has the power to go tell whoever is doing his background check, give him a fucking clearance anyways. He doesn't have that kind of power. That had to come from Trump. And I doubt Biden's going to be like, oh.
Sure, let me give.
So,
Republican Jesus. How many Republican Jesuses are there? There's Trump. There's George.
Oh my God! Speaking of which, have you guys seen the latest picture of Lindsey Graham?
Oh yeah, turning orange.
Have you seen it, Johnny? He's wearing orange makeup now.
He's spray tanned. He's turning into Trump.
I mean, he's been up his colon so long, you can't help but take on a little color, I guess.
He's got Cheeto dust, Cheeto gonorrhea.
Cheeto herpes, baby. Cheeto herpes. So let's see. Will George Santos pass a background check?
I just heard, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Fuck no. If he does, I swear to God.
Ivana, come get your husband, please. Come get your husband. I'm sure they was married too.
I can't with this guy. He was probably the guy who next thing you know, he's going to claim that he invented the airplane.
He probably did. Fly Santos. Cheap fare. Get you from Brazil to the U.S. with $22.
If the person doing the background check is dead or sleeping on the job, little George, and if he gets very, very creative with what he puts and then pays a bunch of people off to help him,
then maybe the little thief might have a chance, maybe. But he's more likely going to be going to jail because he's got indictments coming.
There is a judge or a new lead, well, judge and a new leader, probably McCarthy. They can help him. I don't get yes or no. I get this is what he needs to have happen. If this doesn't happen, then the answer is no, because there's huge change here with the death card. But then there's two people who are very, very instrumental in him getting a clearance. There's a new leader with the King of Wands, and then there's the Queen of Wands, which represents a judge or someone who makes the decision maker. Queen of Pentacles is my America card, so these people work in that system. And then Page of Cups. So only if those people help him. If they don't, and I mean, they have to really help. They have to orchestrate everything.
Yeah, orchestrate somebody to come in and like control, alt, delete his whole history, his bank accounts, everything. And
they have to basically take on his burden. They're going to have to lie for him. They're going to have to pull punches or pull strings and all. They have to take on his burden, which
I don't see that
happening. Worth it. I don't think it's worth it, but
I don't know how it runs in Washington, but we're in the land that I come from. You can't pass your clearance. Bye-bye. I don't give a shit if it's the admiral that's running your command. He'll be like, yeah, no.
I have a question.
Hold on, I didn't go yet.
Oh, sorry.
I get that when he fills out the paperwork, that's when they're going to find stuff in his campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the paperwork. There's something here about marketing the campaign, him, and how he was able to grow. I get no financial cards, though, but there's something that happens in his campaign or his network, because you also have to put references on there. Let me see. I don't see a birth certificate on here because, well, no, I don't have storks. Something may also come up in a medical record of some sort. Insurance as well, quite possibly, with letter, garden, and tree. There's something there that may have to do with insurance, or where there's a network for health. That they're going to find something in his campaign or something around a network that's going to get him in. I don't want to say trouble, but it might just shine a light on something else. They might find another identity. They'll find another identity, or like 5 more. You know. So what was that, Jenny?
So I was sitting here thinking about, okay, we had Rudy Judy at the Four Seasons Adult Bookstore Crematorium. We had One-Eyed Skewy Roads. We have these things that, like, we read on for weeks because it sticks with us because they're big stories or whatever, and they're hysterical. We had Matthew Cawthorn in all of his wonderful lingerie for weeks there. There's always something that comes up that's just hysterical. And now George Santos. What's next? Who's after George? What's coming up after George? Who or what have they done?
What I don't understand the question.
Like, who's going to be the next person that's going to be the big funny story that we'll be reading on for weeks?
I'm thinking so too, Monique. There's something around a network where there's a lot of people, public, social.
I bet you anything he hasn't been a citizen for 7 years.
He's got different identities because of the moon. The moon is your reputation.
That's in his that was in his tableau too.
What?
Something about he either took someone's identity and he had something to where social money or some sort of money that comes in periodically, like a social security check or something. He has something going on with public money or social something. And he stole somebody's identity. I'm willing to put the hand on the Bible on that.
And they will find that even in a basic, low-level confidential clearance, they'll find it.
So this is kind of like reading on, what's the next QAnon, Quackanon conspiracy? What's the next funny, stupid crap some Republican's going to do that we're going to be like focused on for weeks, following the story?
But I'm going to go back to George Santos when we're done.
Yeah.
Because I'm not done with Homeboy.
Yeah. I get another fool. It's another person that he's either like a fake veteran or a fake official of some sort, police officer, or he has some sort of, I don't know, something about his service somewhere is fake. And he's going out, he's talking, he's riling people up, maybe doing something for someone's campaign, but he's another George Santos, kind of, mixed with Donald Trump. So he's not very smart, or the things that he says don't sound like a person who went to anybody's school. And he's going to be out there in the public, though. But he's meant to try to rile something up. He has bully speech. So always talking about the other and the Antifa and all this mess.
Mm-hmm. Yes, fingerprints are part of a background check, even for regular classified secret. All of it, they fingerprint you. All of it.
He's some sort of authority figure. With you on that, Johnie, that lies and is corrupt. I think it may be one of the fake electors. Something about shifting votes around or something. I think it's somebody related to the fake electors that's going to get burdened by investigations. But they're going to talk, and that talk is going to get them in trouble.
The next butt of the joke is going to be someone who is trying to take an opportunity to grow and become a bit more popular, significantly popular, to lead the party. There's something here about a rally where people come, but people don't go. Like there's less attendance. It's someone that is very focused on their popularity and wants to lead the party. So I don't know.
Matt Gaetz.
I don't know who this is. I don't get any character cards or any pips. So it could be anybody. It could be Matt Gaetz. It could be Marjorie Taylor Greene. Who knows? But it's a person that's trying to take the lead on becoming the face of the party, becoming very popular.
Which makes sense because people are about to start running for president.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, back to Jesus, the Blackish Catholic Jewish Jesus. Kevin McCarthy's wanting to put him on committees. What committees is he going to get put on a committee?
There's 200 and something representatives.
220.
Why him? Why him, period? Why him, donors? Why him, McCarthy? Why him, period?
There's a whole bunch of committees. Almost everybody gets a committee assignment, but at the same time, when you got somebody that questionable, you don't have to put him. You got plenty of people.
They kicked off Monistat. They kicked off Monistat back in the day.
McCarthy won't put Swalwell. He won't let him on a committee.
Or Schiff, or Adam Schiff. It's all about retaliation. So let's see.
Will we put him on a committee?
Yes, I think it'll be. Didn't he set up some kind of committee for like the January to investigate the January 6th?
Oh yeah, the cover-up committee.
Yeah,
the cover-up committee.
Yeah, he's gonna put him on something like that. I'll be right back.
I don't. Well, I'm going to say yes. I guess I don't get a yes or no. I get this is a very, very bad idea.
Uh-huh.
So if I were reading for McCarthy, I would tell him, no, don't do that. You don't really tell people yes and no in tarot readings. You don't want to take away their free will and all that type of. But I would say don't do this. The 5 of Wands, there's bickering, arguing, fighting. 2 of Cups over the decisions. 3 of Cups committee. So your decision to do this is going to be challenged. The Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups. You will regret this. There are a few things in life that are guaranteed, and this is one of them. There is going to be a regret for this. Going to be. I don't know what form it comes in, but you're going to regret that decision. But you do you.
I get his isolation is going to be ending, and there's a new path forward. He'll get some sort of guidance. Like you said, Johnie, this is a bad idea. You have the entire New York caucus holding a press conference saying, step down. You have George Santos saying, I didn't do anything. If 140 something people, sign a petition, I'll resign. And then you have Kevin McCarthy covering for him. So it's like the spotlight's on that guy. And you're going to go ahead and be like, yeah, that's my dude. Let's give him even more publicity. Like, Kevin's not fucking smart, dude. We have a special guest.
Hey.
Hello. Hello,
Hey. How are you guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Ona, I love my dragonfly pouch you made me.
Yeah, got mine.
Okay, Jen, I was never going to buy more tattoos or anything, right? I found those dragonfly tattoos and I waited. It was after Christmas until I can get that stamp on that bag. How cool are they?
It is just the coolest. I just love it. Me and my dragonflies. I love all of them, but I especially love that one.
Yes. And I didn't sign them, so they are super personal to you, right? You can put symbols in them. You can put stones in them. You write your own name in there so that it triggers that card so much fun.
I love that.
I'm sending a bunch out to Vicky tomorrow.
How pretty are they? They're so pretty.
I love them. And it fits my big deck too.
Yeah, they're kind of all different sizes depending on the sample I had there.
Mm-hmm. I love them. Thank you so much, my dear.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
I love the smell too.
Yeah.
Leather. Don't come after me, you vegans.
It's repurpose, recycle. Remember, this stuff would have been garbage.
Yep.
Honor the cow.
The cow's dead anyways, right?
Honor it, man. And it's really cool. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
So
what are we debauching? Who are we debauching?
Oh, we were making fun of
Jesus DeValder Santos.
the first man on the moon.
He built Noah's Ark.
He built Noah's Ark. He invented the airplane. He invented the automobile. He was the first person to get COVID and survive. I can't. Oh Lord, you guys need to go watch Ona's mental health spread on that guy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Trip, man.
He's not right. There's something. That elevator is below the basement.
It's really sociopathic quality stuff for sure. Yeah, totally.
He's something else. He is just shamelessly. And like when I was watching the press conference with the people from New York, the Republican Party,
the fifth beetle.
The fifth beetle.
You said that, Chris.
I would love to look at like a photo album of him like superimposed in all these like different lies.
Like,
right?
Where's Waldo? Where's George?
I was watching the press conference that the Republican Party was holding, and the one guy that was up there talking, he sat down and talked to George Santos himself face to face in an interview. And George Santos just basically sat there and lied to him to his face with a straight face about everything, how he was on the volleyball team and he was like, the star player of the volley. It was all a lie. He never even went to that school. Like, That is some balls, dude. That there's
Also,
gonna be
yeah.
Yeah, he was in the Olympic team for volleyball, I'm sure, for
He
representing.
won 2 gold medals, Jenny. 2 gold medals in the Olympics.
He's won the Pulitzer Prize that Trump couldn't win.
I wonder if it's just like chemical electric, like it's just explosive. He also wears too much makeup.
Oh yeah,
which is a mask, right? Like there's so many. He's such a good study, really.
Will he be in a textbook one day for mental health students? You know, when they're studying in college about mental health, will there be a picture of Trump and George Santos? And
he'll be in the dictionary for sociopath, and it'll just have his picture.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, graduated valedictorian, graduated semi cum laude, like to a university he never even attended. I mean, it's just Lord Jesus. They're saying next he'll be a heart surgeon. I'm like, yeah, next he'll be a brain surgeon.
You know,
what will George Santos' next lie be? Can we ask that?
Yeah.
What's the next big one? It's gonna come out after the volleyball thing. I was cracking up. Wilson,
he helped build the pyramids. You guys are.
What will George Santos's next lie be? That's uncovered.
Canoli's coughing one up right now. Here you go.
Coughing a lie up.
And it's congestion, right? It's just like everything that comes out of him is just like congested, phlegmy, right? Again, he's gonna kind of have a cardiac issue now. He's got a cardiac issue. Like, oh my, it's got to go straight to some illness that pulls that string. Maybe he does.
I get that his next lie is going to be around a significant achievement. There's your lie. Significant achievement, a goal that he reached, but it's a lie. So it's another, and then I got the stars and clover before it. So it's something that it looks like he took a risk on, or it was an opportunity for him, but it's around achievements.
I'm getting something similar, Becca, like an investment that he manifested and got to higher ground with. Like he grew this investment tremendously. Maybe transportation related or something. He built a Model T Ford, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. And I got my other card was Queen of Pentacles. So he's just like reaching for like any old thing. But it's money. It's money related.
What you getting, Johnie?
Nothing. I heard there's too many. It's going to be a list, more than likely. 7 of Cups and the Moon. The Moon hides the 7 of Cups is confusion. So it's almost like you ask my guide, what's going to be his next line? She's like, here, just pick one. I got the Hermit first, so it is something possibly personal.
I'm telling you, he was Jesus, dude. He was Jesus.
It's either that, because the Jesus was the wanderer too. It's either that or has something to do with space. So I don't know if he walked the moon first, or if he worked for NASA, or if he has some sort of
I'm telling you, Johnie, he was the first man on the moon.
He helped
Maybe
Elon
he's from
Musk
another
build his
planet.
rocket.
But there's a list. It's going to be several things at the same time.
He's a rocket scientist.
Because I think what's starting to happen is they're looking through his past and then they make a list of the new things, and they're looking through his past and make a list of the 3.9 GPA and like all the other little crap is just coming out. So I think the next installment of Santos, the story of Santos, SOS, then the next installment will have a list, I think.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Santos clause eventually in our legislation to prevent liars like this from getting into Congress.
With the confusion and the moon and the hermit, he either walked in space or he was abducted or he worked for NASA or something like that too.
Can you imagine if Herschel Walker as this bag of rocks, okay, all got elected and
Jesus Christ.
Can you what a clown show that would be?
Oh my God.
It's almost like is what
Herschel Walker was. He was special.
I wouldn't look forward to her.
I felt kind of bad for Herschel Walker because of brain injuries.
Yeah.
Totally.
Even though the guy
took advantage of it.
You know, but
I was looking forward to his first speech on the House floor or on the Senate floor.
I can't. I get embarrassed. It's like, holy shit, the whole world knows. The whole world knows what a horrible person you are. And he's just like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not leaving.
McCarthy can't speak either, though. I mean, he just rambles on the floor. He's a horrible speaker.
Yeah. I have a question. And we were talking about it, Jennie. And I was just talking about it with Johnie when you stepped away, that this is not a good idea for Kevin McCarthy, because you have this person that has the spotlight on them for being so incredibly problematic. Before, the spotlight was on Marjorie Taylor Greene because of what a raging fucking bitch she was, you know? And now the spotlight's moved over to George Santos because the guy's just, you can't, dude, I bet you his birth certificate is fake at this point, you know? So Johnie was saying that it's not a good idea for Kevin McCarthy to give this guy a platform, which it's not, because now he becomes the face of the Republican Party and he is just so tarnished, you know? So what we were talking about was Kevin McCarthy and what's his face over there, the turtle?
McConnell. Will
McConnell pull McCarthy aside and say, yo?
Well, we were talking in the pre-show, like Pelosi and Schumer used to talk and get on the same page all the time. Yes. So is McConnell even talking to McCarthy?
Because he's going to hurt the next. I mean, I guess the next midterms, Dems have more seats to defend than the Republicans do, but it's just like, if you had any hope.
They're all liars. I mean, look at McConnell said if he wasn't Speaker of the House or
Majority Leader
in the Senate, that he would leave, and he didn't leave. Just like Trump said, if he lost, he would go to another country or something.
So I think what the problem is, based upon this anyway, McConnell does not have enough sway. And that may sound like a statement that's hard to believe because he's been in Congress since 1919. But at the same time, he's not in the House. And the MAGA part of the party has grown in strength over the past 6 years. And so McConnell is not MAGA. He's old school Republican. He's still gross, but he's not Trumpian. He protected him because that's his guy. He has to, but he's not really down with all the mess. But those people over there have the leash on, I almost said Paul McCartney. What is that child name? Something McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy.
Kevin McCarthy. So does he tell him that this is a bad idea? Yes. You have the Medusa, you have the Change, you have the Chimera. The Chimera would be Santos. This is more like Danger. Don't go there. Change. Chimera is a bunch of different parts put together to make one thing. And so just like Santos, he's a bunch of lies poured into one person. And so you also have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. For McCarthy, his power is being held hostage by the people in the House. So I don't really care what McConnell has to say. You can put all them words back in your double neck. It has nothing to do with what he is leashed to. He's leashed to the MTGs. He's leashed to these people who held him hostage for 15 votes. Not you. They did. So he did tell them, hey, get away from there, but it means nothing, is what I think.
What did you get, Miss Ona?
I got the Page of Cups here. So this is like he's presenting, doing the song and dance. I do have there's a celebration. So there is some getting along, or at least trying to. The last card is they might just be talking like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And as soon as the door closes, they just turn on a dime.
That's funny because I get like he's very anxious about trying to get anywhere with this guy. Thank you, Margaret. So behind closed doors, he protects himself because the change is just going to keep growing in the House. It's just going to be flipping all over the place. So, and I get that, oh, congratulations too, congratulations on your win, you fool, your days are numbered. They're going to be fighting you tooth and nail and you're not going to last. So I don't think he talks to him other than a congratulatory.
I get that he does. He may be trying to consult him about the problematic agreements that he's made, or the problematic relationships that he's currently involved in. Yeah, because right at the center of it is the liar right there. So, and betrayals and trouble. So it's like, but they're both liars. You know what I mean? They're, both of them, all of them, hell, all of them, but
it's lied about so many things.
But I guess McConnell is coming more from a position of this is a person with experience and wisdom with the lilies.
Strategic. It's a strategic. Like I'm not going to put any of Obama's Supreme Court nominees on because it's an election year. But it's strategic. If it suits him, he'll do it.
No, that's not what I was getting at. But the lilies is someone that is very mature and wise, that can give you wise counsel. Okay, but McConnell's looking long-term power. Do you see what I'm saying? And McCarthy seems very right now.
That's why he outlives them all.
Huh?
That's why he outlives them all.
Yeah. Because this is a person that has experience right here. McConnell has the experience. He knows how to lie, how to be sneaky, how to, and make false agreements. And he's letting McCarthy know this is what you did wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Long term. He's looking for longevity.
Yeah.
And McCarthy's more like this is the first time he's been speaker and he's gone after it how many times? Yeah. And it took him 15 rounds this last time to get it, so
hostage.
Yeah, like Johnny said, he's hostage. So where was I going with that? Hold on, let me get are there any more George Santos?
Okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I have the question.
Okay, I just want to know why him. Like
why him for what?
Why him for anything? Why do the Republicans gravitate to him? Why are they trying to put him on committees? Why are the donors giving him tons of money? Like, why him?
Johnny, you said that he's only got 3 main ones, right?
Well, no, he's got more. Those are the people they highlighted in the story to make it sound bad. But
when he ran in New York, they had redistricted an area that had been predominantly Democrat. So they realized they finally had a chance to maybe win the seat. And the person who had run before decided to run for governor, and ended up, losing to Santos.
See, here's the problem. His donors consist of a smuggler and a Russian oligarch.
Yep.
But he also got donors from in his constituents who, when they put him forward as a Republican candidate, of course, they're going to give money to that person.
Mhm.
So
But
he's
he
got those.
lied. But he
But he
lied.
lied. So now
But
they're
why?
upset.
How? Because none of us know a sanctioned Russian oligarch.
Or a human trafficker.
How do they know? How does he know such a person? How does he know a smuggler? How does he know a Trump donor? Like, why him? Who is he connected to that's connected to the foot bone that's connected to the knee bone type thing?
Right.
Like, why him? What is he doing? What did he do? How did he meet these people? How did they meet
So
him?
somebody in the
travel
Republican
supplies?
Party had to connect him into some of these donors, the big donors.
Yeah.
There's no way that on his own, somebody that owed rent, to two different landlords and was in court over it, there's no way that he would be connected to oligarchs.
The guy who
But they
ran
claim
away,
nobody
who
else
fled his
stepped
own
forward.
country because he's being hunted down for fraud.
He's wanted in Brazil. Like,
They said when he came forward in 2020, because he ran then too but lost, that nobody else stepped forward, and they didn't vet his resume, and then I'm sure
nobody stepped forward by design. I don't think that
He was unchallenged in the race, and he won by default.
And Sean Patrick Maloney really fucked up New York, if you ask me. That was the previous DNC guy who was in the House, who lost his seat, and then the other guy that was in Santos' seat lost his seat too.
But just like Brett Kavanaugh, somebody paid off all his debts and his gambling debts and his mortgage and everything. Somebody helped this guy once he was the only candidate to get to higher ground.
So, okay, grain of salt.
Bad.
Grain of salt. Okay, hashtag grain of salt. He's a thief who knows a thief who knows a thief who knows they're a web of these people. He may not be a successful thief because he's wanted and he's been evicted and blah, 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 and all these different types of things, but he's still within that circle. So again, grain of salt, because I could be making all this up, right? But I got the 9 of Swords and the Hangman. There's something worried about the Hangman is with the Hierophant right above it. Someone is putting him in this position. They own him, basically, which is why he threw up the little gang sign at his little speech or whatever. The 7 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. To get what he wants, he entered into an agreement. Somebody owns him. The devil, in the word of warning, somebody owns him. And it ends in the 9 or the King of Cups, which is him, and the 7 of Swords. He is a thief. He is a liar. He is a cheat. He is an identity stealer. Don't answer no emails from him because he's going to fish you. So everything that you could be that is wrong, he is, or at the very least, connected to. That's what I think. Allegedly, the end. That's why him, because he knows these people. They know him too.
Yeah, I get the same thing. It's a timing thing, and they're out of options. So, like, okay, we're getting the crumbs of who's going to run here. So let's put all our force behind this guy, even though we know he's a liar and a betrayer, and he can get the votes. Once all this crap started coming out about him, they're trying to act like, oh, look at us, we're putting the light on all this, and we're standing together to get him out. But they pushed him forward to begin with. They pushed him into power.
Yeah.
What'd you get, Miss Ona?
I got the first card that fell out was Hermit. So he kind of came out of nowhere, right? And I got aces. I got Ace of Wands. I got Ace of Pentacles. So this was like all brand new baby ideas that spawned from this. Right, Cannoli? I get the Wish card. She's spot on tonight, isn't she? And there's the Queen or the 9 of Cups. So it like promise. There he is. There he is. That's him right there. Promising personal freedom, promising something to this person. He just fell into deep.
Doesn't that look like a man disguised as a woman?
Maybe he's trans. That might be the next lie.
Yeah. I mean, he lied about being gay.
He's not gay now.
No.
Okay. All
He
right.
was
No, he's
married
not.
and had a kid, and then it turns out he's a deadbeat dad because he never paid child support or
Of course
anything.
he is.
Oh, and by the way, what was I going to say? I heard on the news that the first time he ran for Congress, his own staff did a background check on him and said, dude, you got to drop out because this is bad. And he said, go fuck yourselves. And everybody in the staff quit because they knew how bad it was when they looked into his background. That was his first campaign. And you mean to tell me this SOB is going to pass a security clearance? There's no way in hell.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
you saw how bad it was, because this isn't the first time he's ran for office. The last time he lost by like 10 or 12 points or something like that. And his own campaign did how like they do those, I guess it's to kind of get a feel for what, opposition research or whatever could come out on that. They did the background check on him and they were like, you got to drop out. This is bad. And he was like, no, I'm not gonna. So they all quit. And then he lost.
They don't need fingerprint cards or anything because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't let me drive the school bus. You know what I mean? And all that, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Why him? Because there's a person here that's having quite a bit of issues getting their message out, and this person is unstable enough to carry out the work. I got the lilies and clouds, so that's sorrow. Someone that's suffering with health related stuff, that's having difficulty speaking or difficulty with propaganda, very dogmatic propaganda. And then it's lilies, tree, and cross. Someone who has very conservative, very dogmatic religious views, like very dogmatic religious views. But this person has health issues. I don't know what that's about. And he's a good person to carry the message and do the bidding. And he would be the one that gets sacrificed if it doesn't work out, not the main person, which is, I can see two men right here. This is King of Spades. This is King of Diamonds. So, I don't know. I don't know. I guess these religious extremists are totally cool if you break every commandment so long as you get to do their bidding,
Like put him on the ethics committee,
yeah, put him on the ethics committee, the ethics committee that they're going to dismantle.
Yeah.
I can't.
I got a question, Becca.
Mm-hmm.
You know how nobody in the Senate likes Ted Cruz? Is Matt Gaetz turning into the Ted Cruz of the House?
Okay. And after that, I got a petty question about Monistat.
After the debacle with all the voting and everything, it's like is he turning into the Ted Cruz of the House? Nobody likes him anymore.
I don't think anybody ever liked him, anyways. Just
He's
like nobody
the
likes
little rich brat I want to punch in the throat so bad.
Showing nude pictures on the House floor and stuff, it's like, come on, dude.
I just can't
He's
believe.
gross.
I can't believe every time we hear these stories. I just heard a story that they're now allowing for people to smoke in the halls of Congress.
Yep.
Why
They started
not?
allowing smoking. They
Because
took
why
all the
not?
medals.
Fuck it. But we're coming for your gas stoves. We're going to take away your gas stoves.
They took the
Democrats are
metal
gonna take away your
detectors
gas
out.
stoves.
Those, yeah, you know
they
what?
could
Heck, let them. That's fine. Go ahead. Smoke it. You're smoking in the bathroom anyway. Smoking.
It's like they just do stuff just to be contrarian,
They have zero interest in governance. Just
chaos.
obstructions.
Everything about him is a jerk. Yeah. Okay. Even his hair disturbs me.
It's like
Ugh.
he's like I paced Matt Gaetz with like because he has no lip.
His big forehead.
Looks like Eddie Munster.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's the seeds he's sown, karma, baby. In the house, they think legally, like the investigations that are coming for him and stuff. I get it. Yes, he's turned into the Ted Cruz of the house. They look at him differently. His image is completely tarnished. He's party boy, and everybody kind of stays away from him. So yeah, there has been a change in how they look at him. But y'all getting?
What'd you get? So now
I'll show you. This is the Matt Gaetz card from now on, or Matt Gaetz. That's it. There he is. Upside down, sideways, and every way. He's just really, and he might be, you know what? He might just be sort of flashy that way and thinks that's how people like him. But he's becoming the person who he's kind of begging for whatever they have to serve, which doesn't look good, right? And isolated. Totally. Look at that. You can't even see him. He's way down deep in that tunnel there. Yeah. He's, screwed the pooch. Another one. But
he probably screwed the pooch. Probably Ted Cruz's snowflake.
that poor dog.
Sorry.
I get not necessarily as hated as Ted Cruz. I think it would be if you knew who he was. And so I get the black cat and the hindrance. Black cat is your misunderstandings. So people think it's superstition. Some people think it's a good thing because cats in the underworld, blah, blah, blah. But there's a hindrance. There's a blockage. And it's simply a lack of understanding. I get the Seven of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Over time, you figure out who he is, then you stay away. But I think it's a once bitten, twice shy type of thing, to where once you find out who he is, then you stay away. But you think, just like Bobert thinks he's a great guy, sits right next to him and they ha-ha and kiki the whole time. She'll find out too. But as far as hated as Ted Cruz, no. But if you knew him, yes.
I'm with Johnie on that one. I get the house, the tree, and the writer. No, he's already rooted himself as something else within his entourage. There's something else with him that keep people away, but it's no. And like, it's funny that Johnie mentioned Bimbo Bobert, because before it was him and Monistat attached at the hip. And now they had a little fallout, and now it's him and Bobert. It's like nobody wants to hang out with the pedophile. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to hang out with the pedophile. So,
except the working girl.
Yeah, except the previous working girl that had abortions, that voted to take women's rights away for abortions. But whatever.
He got paid off too.
So my next petty question is, Camel Toe Monistat Gangrene over there has now denounced QAnon after years of being on the bullhorn. Yes, Johnie. Yes.
Has she removed all her tech tweets on QAnon?
She did it on an interview that she denounces QAnon after spewing her bullshit for years. So she got this little bit of power, and all of a sudden she's done with everybody. She's done with it. Yes. Scandalous. I know. That was her bread and butter for the longest time. And all of a sudden she's on committee. She's going to be impeaching Biden every week. And all of a sudden she's done with QAnon.
Yeah. She dumped him.
She dumped him.
It's what suits her, though. It's like she changes,
Yeah.
I'm not a white nationalist, and then shows up, down at the
Shooting
meeting.
a turkey.
And the white nationalists turned against her. The Nick Fuentes turned against her. The other guy, the Stop the Steal guy, turned against her. There was another guy that turned against her because she buddied up with all these people to take advantage of their platform and raise money. And then now that she has what she needs, she just bounced, So why is she denouncing? Why is she separating herself from extremist groups? Because those are her roots, really.
Really?
I know, Johnny. Isn't that scandalous?
Oh my God.
Isn't that scandalous?
Say it ain't so. I mean, she is cute, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
That's in her. Well, then again, she could be
Jewish.
actually Trumpian. So
She was the one that was saying all that nonsense about the Jewish space lasers.
mhm.
And then all
and
of a
the,
sudden,
and the soup police is going to come find you.
yeah, the soup police.
And yet, who was she buddying up to during the speaker votes? George Santos,
Yeah.
the biggest liar on the floor. She's over there, like the only person that would talk to was her.
See, that's the thing. Maybe that. Okay. Anyway, why? Says Michael Jackson. Tell him because it's human nature. That's why. Why? Oh goodness.
Ooh. He's out partying with the other skeletons.
I get because in Biden's America, she can't move forward and get the votes she needs if they're based on lies, and she's trying to grow her votes, her base.
But Jen, her district is nothing but those inbred back of the woods,
Yeah, but a lot of them are starting to turn on Trump and everybody too. A lot of these, like I was telling you, Trump's coming down in polls and stuff. She's trying to find her base. She's feeling kind of left out there, so she's trying to hang on to votes. Too much truth is coming out, and she can't fight it. She'll end up in court though.
What'd you get, Miss Ona? Ona, Peggy says hi, by the way. Peggy Breen, my mom, is in the chat. She says hi.
Oh, hi, Peggy. Here, I've got the hangman here. So being separated from the source, this hangman's really intense too, right? And celebration. Okay, that's the Three of Cups. Planting seeds. Which one is this? Three of Pentacles. So 3 threes, planting in the seeds there. And then I get the Sun. Like she's already got the next plan, right? She's already found out what her next source is going to be, where she's going to get the next like bolus of money.
Yeah, because the opportunity I feel is pressured and it's not there anymore. Like that well is run dry for her in particularly. I get the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So the opportunity has been pressurized. The opportunity did not pan out. It's not something that continues to grow. So it's not a thing that with the Three of Wands and the Judgment, she can't replicate the previous results. And so there's something that she needs an expansion with the Three of Wands. And she may want some sort of leadership that also grows. So maybe she wants to run for president or something one day.
Oh, God, can you imagine?
Or be like Sarah Huckabee and be a governor of Georgia or something. But she wants more authority and she can't get it from them because it's not growing with the world and the Seven of Cups. She can't expand it. The opportunity's not there.
What I get too, Johnny, confusion and problems for success, for growth is cut off. And then from the many here also, from her turning her back on that, that's also going to cut into her ability to fundraise as well.
Mm-hmm.
So not only is she going where she's kind of hit a stalemate where she can't continue to grow, like Johnie was saying, like she can't replicate it. It will cut into her ability to raise money right there, because now she sees
to get the votes.
She's seen as one of the majority, and then with clouds, tree, and what is this, fish? There's a lot of uncertainty around the growth of money, transactions, what she can get, and her success with the sun and the scythe is cut off. So she can't replicate it, but because of this, it leads to her not being able to raise as much as she did before. Because before she was just selling conspiracies, So, so now I guess her next talking point is going to be, we're going to impeach Biden tomorrow and next week and next month, and he's going to be the first president in history that's going to be impeached 850 times. This is ridiculous. So, so can we ask, because I guess I'm with Johnie on this one. She wants more power, and she's trying to set herself up to
probably run for the Senate. She'll probably run for Senate next.
Senate or like governor or something. It's like, I'm with Johnie. It's like she wants it for herself. She doesn't want to share the limelight with other people. She wants to be the one in charge and not have to. Do you see what I'm saying? So can we ask how this 180 will affect her politically? She got a subpoena, Peggy?
Because that's shocking to me that she would denounce Q. I mean, I know the other guy called her a whore and all that stuff, but sticks and stones. But this denouncement, that's like Trump saying he doesn't like Ivanka now. And you're in a pod here.
Is she going to denounce Steve Bannon and everybody else too?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, because Steve Bannon might be in a league of his own, but he also helped him pushing the QAnon conspiracies, because it was a means to an end. And it's like she's on this rehabilitation tour, and it's like, no, honey, we all know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
How did you phrase the question?
Video. Huh?
How did you phrase the question?
How will this affect her politically? The denouncement of QAnon. I feel as though this decision was made lightly, but it has very heavy effects. She may have just gotten to arguments with people in Q and then just denounced the whole thing. Because I get the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups right next to it, these are both sort of wishful thinking, and things look more romantic than they are. They look more appealing than they are. And the Four Swords, there's your retreat. So it's like she got into it lightly and she was benefiting from it. But once it stopped, once the grapes came off the vine, then she just said, okay, I'm out. But I don't think she thought about the repercussions of these people are still in your voter base. And not only that, those people are connected to people up here who are she don't need the money, but they're donors and they call shots and this type of thing. Then the Three of Cups, Seven of Wands, she's going to be defending from little small pockets of people. And these people got some sort of power with the Chariot right next to it to where they can either separate or they can go with her. But the Moon is in your word of warning. That's why I say you did it lightly, because I don't think you looked deep enough. The Moon hides a lot of things. And so I think there's a lot that's still going. You're going to feel the ripple effect of this as time goes on. This is a good look. It ain't.
So her trying to do a 180 and clean up her image is not a good look for, or it's not going to work for her.
If she was trying to get Democrats to vote for her, fine. But you're still in the same pool of people. So they're only forgiving when you mention the name Jesus and you had an affair. Other than that, you denounce me, I denounce you. Well,
I think her party is the one that has given her the advice to break from what she had been tied to protect herself. So this transition is going to change everything because you're still going to have Trump and the MAGA people out there still touting all this. Her fundraising is still going to be tempered. Her votes are going to be tempered, and I get it. It breaks her security. It breaks her ability to know that she's got the next race or whatever she gets into. She's not, she'll always be in planning stages, looking to the future and never getting anything off the ground. She's stuck. Gets her nowhere.
What'd you get, Miss Ona?
She's disappointed in what she's being offered. So she's got the full card, start off the run here. And then justice. So looking for more opportunity, looking for more committee assignments, being offered them in small doses, right? And screwing up every one of them. They offer her things that she doesn't really want or she's not really good at. It's not enough. They're dosing her power, I think, with these new assignments. And when she screws up, she gets even less.
And it's funny too, because she was one of the biggest proponents of the QAnon theory to be anti-vaxxers while she invested a bunch of money in it and made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And then I just saw a report that came out. I saw it on Twitter the other day. It was linked to an article that, according to the latest data, the majority of people that passed away from COVID were Republicans. So they all killed off their own voter base to stoke up a culture war and own the libs. And it's like, dying to own the libs doesn't seem like a very good long-term strategy. Like that's just kind of dumb, but okay. I the people that she made promises to and worked with will feel very betrayed. She will abandon them and go in a new direction. She'll still be successful. But these people back here get left behind with the ring, the fox, and the snake agreements that were very sneaky and betrayed here. And then there's the isolation and going in a different direction. Working in government and also investigations into government investigations and isolation. These two together could be more like your FBI. And very problematic agreements and partnerships that are very widespread. So, I mean, if you were involved in the 1/6 coup attempt, giving yourself a makeover isn't going to help you out now, lady, but okay.
When
like,
people
whatever.
show you how they are, believe them. You can't change a wolf in sheep's clothing.
So here's my next question on her. Will she still be able to fundraise as much as she did? Because that's one of the main reasons Kevin McCarthy elevated her to the position that he's about to give her, because she was one of the biggest fundraisers in the GOP.
Wow, the Fool card is all over this reading, over and over different decks. Interesting.
What does that mean?
The Fool is the beginning of the deck. It's the one that takes the journey, taking a leap of faith. A little like, I don't want to say pretentious, but not thinking things through. It's got the Uranian energy to it, which is like lightning strike kind of thing. And it's the second time I pulled that on her. She's starting some new shit.
I get a no for her, but the Republican Party will still secure money. So for her moving forward, I get nostalgia for how she earned money in the past. No. She's going to have to get creative with those she's working with within her party, because her money will change for her directly. I get a big no because she's a problem. But I do get the Republican Party in general secures money for her. So I don't think she'll raise as much as she has in the past.
What are you getting, Johnny?
I agree, but I didn't think I would. Because the way these politicians work is they don't actually care about you. They care about the people paying them. Now, you give your $5 and your $10 to the campaign, whoop-de-doo. They get all kinds of favors and money from, the CEO of this and the CEO of that and the owner of this and the owner of that. Like the big donors, they go to Washington for them, not for y'all, for any of us, either side. Some of them do, in the case of like the AOC, Bernie Sanders type people, but a lot of them do not. They care more about the insurance company than they do about the insurer. So the Queen of Swords, that's her, and the Five of Wands, that's conflict. So no. Nine of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, no. There's worry, stress, anxiety over big money. The Republicans will be fine, but she can't bring it in for them. Word of warning, conservatism. You don't believe her. It ends in the Five of Swords. That's defeat. So again, I thought, forget the little people. She can denounce them all they want to, but the donors still like her because she's nuts. But apparently not. I
get a no, the whip. And then I pulled two more to get a clearer reading. No, the only way to get some satisfaction is to beat the shit out of this dog to satisfy people. In other words, beat up on Biden, the person that's trustworthy. Beat up, and just to satisfy. Even if you have nothing. So I'm going to impeach you for wearing a blue tie. I'm going to impeach you for pick something, because it's the day of the week that ends in Y. That's the only thing she has to satisfy. So that may be her next strategy, is to beat up on the person that's trusted here to get the gifts, if that makes any sense. So, yep. So, last question before we move on to the petty one. We are, how many weeks has it been now with the new Congress?
2
weeks, and it's already a shit show?
Yeah. They were sworn in on the 3rd. Today's the 15th. Not even 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they've already allowed smoking back in the chambers. They kicked off all the Democrats off all the committees because of retaliation. The first bill was to cut the IRS to give cover to the rich donors.
Right, but did you see them all bragging on Twitter? We passed a law, and this is like, no, let's take them back to School of Rock.
Yeah,
Fraggle Rock or whatever. How to pass a bill, how to make a law.
Yeah,
they all thought they'd made a law. It's like, no, it has to go to the Senate.
It has to go to the Senate. Just because you put it on paper, don't mean it's
because it passed the House does not mean it's law.
So now they're making up a whole nother thing about abortion. Born Alive, something that they're doing in another state. That there's a gynecologist a Democratic gynecologist at the state level that was like, this is why politicians should not be writing stuff that has to do with healthcare, because this is literally something that does not happen. She's like, it didn't happen 10 years ago. It didn't happen 50 years ago. It will not happen today. It will not happen 50 years from now. She was like, a doctor does not deliver a baby to kill it. You know, it's ridiculous. So
Never.
all these bullshit laws. So
Thank you,
how
Margie.
will the Republicans fare? I know this is a little bit far out, so take it with a grain of salt. Given the shenanigans that we're preparing for the next 2 years, how will the Republicans fare in the House for the next midterm election?
For 2024.
Yep. I know that's very far-fetched and far out.
Yeah, it's 2 years out.
It's 2 years out.
Do it all again.
Oh yeah, I saw that, the Missouri dress code, where women, they passed a dress code and where women cannot wear sleeveless shirts. It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
In Missouri?
In
Yeah.
Missouri, they passed a law that female lawmakers
Make them wear a veil over their face.
yeah,
you
let's
know?
make them walk in there like the freaking Handmaid's Tale with turtlenecks and freaking, you know, just make them dress like the women over in Saudi Arabia.
We banned assault rifles. We banned assault rifles in Illinois.
Yay! I just saw
And
that.
boy, are the Republicans pissed.
Oh, we're not going to register our guns. Don't, bitch. Okay. Don't register your car. Don't register anything and see what happens. Go ahead. Don't.
I was so proud of Pritzker when he signed that into law, and proud that they passed the legislation to do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll be off to our petty question because it's really ridiculous.
So they'll
All
win
these
some seats,
people
right?
cards.
They'll win some seats, right? They always do. So do Dems, always do. But the 10 of Pentacles and the Hermit, there's a lot of trying to gain, trying to figure things out, and I don't get it. You have the example of what not to do.
They keep doing. They double down. They double down.
3 of Swords, you'll be separated again. Page of Swords, you'll lose again. 5 of Wands, you'll have conflict again.
Yeah.
Just repeat.
They'll have less and less seats. The walls get thinner and thinner. I have all these people, look at all these people cards that came out. All these people, higher ups, and even their leadership. Big problem with their messaging. It just destroys them. America is not going to have it, or their lies, and they're done. They're done. They're toast.
What did you get, Miss?
I got Magician, so more magical thinking, maybe more promising stuff that isn't real, right? 9 of Cups, kind of smug, and I got the 10 of Pentacles. That's just the truth. That 10 of Pentacles. So there is a smug sort of ability about this, I think.
I get that their success will become very problematic. They're going to get a lot of heat because of lies and betrayals, and they will be back in the minority.
Good.
They will be.
Yeah. Good.
Good, because let's do it again and again and again and again until it gets through your thick fucking skulls. All right? Maybe it's time for you to govern. Okay?
When something doesn't work for you, like having no platform other than to try to get Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security,
and women's rights, and women's
rights and everything, and when it's not working for you and you keep doubling down, the problem.
So we're at the petty question now. For those of you that have it, get out your bag of M&Ms. This is very important. This video is not sponsored by Mars, but I did happen to have this in my purse.
Is that the all-female pack?
So there's this idiot, alpha male, right-wing alpha male, self-proclaimed alpha male. Now, mind you, this guy's like 600 pounds, probably hasn't seen his dick in 15 years, probably can't get laid, not by choice, every horrible thing, who is now going to war with M&Ms and Mars and is telling people to go buy all the M&Ms they can afford, smash them up and break them and take pictures of themselves and post it on their social media.
It's
Like,
not
how we're being woke. There's something about a purple M&M that's coming out, and it's
every
pissing them
single
off.
Fox News person has attacked Mars. Like it's all over, the internet. It's like Twitter, and if you watch Midas Touch, like every single Fox News host, because they have this all-female coloration that's coming out in
cartoons of a candy. And their resolution to that is, let's go spend all our money to buy the products that we're trying to boycott.
Yeah, buy them. Go ahead.
Buy them. Like, it's like
they're so concerned about M&Ms and woke America, and yet they're doing nothing in Congress to help the average man.
But the funny thing is, it's like, what does this solve? Because remember when there was that whole big spiel with Nike and they got pissed off at Nike, so these fucking morons went out and bought $300 pair of Nikes to set them on fire. It's like, you dumbass. The company still got your money. If you wanted to be smart, you just would stop buying the product.
That's
exactly.
Right. Vote with your dollar.
That might be like the most brilliant marketing thing that they could do for M&Ms.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like, if you don't want to support Mars, tell people go buy Hershey's.
Yeah.
Your competition.
No, but their solution is go buy the M&Ms and destroy them. It's like, this is counter to what you're trying to achieve. Remember when Colin Kaepernick, the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick happened before they kicked him off the NFL?
Yeah.
These idiots were going out buying his jersey. Football jerseys are expensive. Right. Before I got that, I used to get the juniors for the little kids because I could fit into the little kids, and they were still like $40-$50. Adult jerseys are like well into the hundreds. These morons were buying the jerseys to set them on fire.
Well, they buy books
you might
to
as
burn
well
them
take
too.
your money and light it on fire too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They buy books to burn them too. It's like,
these guys are just they're so dumb. They're so dumb. So I want to know because I'm anticipating for the sales of M&Ms to go up. So
I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, you guys go buy M&Ms. Don't burn them. Eat them.
Wait a minute. Sharon in chat said, if you want to keep Bobert out busy for hours, ask her to alphabetize M&Ms.
You have won the petty tonight.
You have won the petty, Sheridan.
Oh, mercy.
That was awesome. I'm sorry, what is our question?
But you know what's going to happen. She's going to give them back to you and say there's nothing but W's in here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Do it, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Sheridan gets the petty boot trophy for the night.
What's the question?
Will there be a significant rise in sales for M&Ms?
And it's Valentine's. It's the time of year that candy sells.
But specifically because of these numbnuts,
directly related to this.
Yeah.
Mars.
I think so already. Because this happened too. It was they make graham crackers. What are they called?
S'mores.
Anyway. The Keebler people?
No, it was another company. The Blue Box people. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They got boycotted because they had a same-sex couple. It was two guys and they had a kid. Their daughter was in the commercial and they were eating graham crackers. And then, people protested. And then the sales of the graham cracker shot up. And the graham cracker company made another commercial in response to the protest, to where they had boxes of the graham crackers were falling over like Honey Maid. There it is. They were falling over like dominoes and it spelled the word love. And then that was the end of the commercial. It's like one up on you. Okay.
I can't. These people are so dumb. They are so, no wonder they, oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. And the more you talk, the more people are going to buy it. So
Yeah.
the way you protest, the way you're going to protest successfully M&Ms is not to buy them, is to not buy them. But nobody really makes that kind of candy out there that is popular anyway. You have the Three of Cups celebration, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, the company with steady money. So yes, it's going to grow. It's going to continue to grow. This is not a one-time thing, though.
Yeah.
Yes, card of celebration on the bottom here. It's like people will be sharing them with all their friends, so they'll be looking for every option of M&Ms out there, and they'll be very, very satisfied with their sales. They're going to look at how do we keep replaying this loop in people's heads? How do we keep this going? Because we need to keep getting people to come in and buy more.
Freda, those are my favorite too. Hence why my fat ass got the share size. Do I share them? No, I eat them all by myself.
I mean, that's not really a share size. It's just a big bag. There's not more in there. So
Yeah, they could say that share size. That's bullshit. That's like family size.
Even the big bags. I don't share those.
sharing, I tell y'all, and y'all keep this. If you don't learn nothing else from me, learn this. Sharing is for children. It teaches them how to share. When you get grown, you get your own job, buy your own damn M&Ms. We don't share food with people.
Not anymore. No, a lot of things are different since COVID and sharing M&Ms. If I see an open bag, I'll throw it out.
Don't you put your hand in my bag.
Nope.
What did you get, Miss Ona?
Or anything. I got that this may actually be like a brilliant plan. I've got ignorance here. So, right, look that they're all doing, go buy M&Ms. But actually for the company itself, it looks like that takes flight, right? It's a promotional thing, basically. And they may actually end up partnering up and getting even a greater response in the future with these little promotional things that they do. Keep doing it.
Yeah, I get they're going to be good. They're suffering here and loss. So whatever they were trying to do to make M&Ms or Mars suffer and loss ends up in publicity and a lot of fame. So this is not how you, I mean, these people that claim to be constitutionalist don't even know how to protest properly.
They
Like,
don't even know how a bill makes a law. So come on,
which is another thing. I thought Kevin McCarthy promised that he was going to read the Constitution on the floor of the House every single day, which would benefit the vast majority of his party.
Yeah. And he
because
did.
They don't know. They've never fucking read it, So just saying. Okay, you guys, we're done. We're done for tonight. Thank you so much, Ona, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Guys, go get your M&Ms.
Do I have M&Ms in my shirt? No, I do not. I have gummies though.
You have gummies? Hey, is Kit Kat, Johnny? Is
Kit Kat?
I got gummies, but I don't have M&Ms.
Is Kit Kat Mars as well, or is that a different brand?
That's Hershey.
Oh, it's Hershey's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sucks. Well, thank you for hanging out tonight. Thank you, Jennie and Johnny and Ona, for hanging out.
Thank you.
On Johnny's channel next week.
Wait, over there. On Mr. Johnny's channel next week. And try to have Ona again sometime soon. Because I know you're working again. So.
I work every weekend.
Okay.
7 to 7.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.